Damit willkommen zurück zu The Great Ace Attorney Resolves 2 Chronicles wohlgemerkt. Dementsprechend ist hier mal heiter weiter, würde ich sagen. Anyway, that's everything, all the sordid details of what I did. I have heard enough. We arrived at the truth about the murder of one of the country's most capable and respected police inspectors. The witness will be tried in the coming days. For a crime of such a vile nature, you can expect the most severe penalty. An exchange of assassination. What a foolhardy idea. Mr. Chigogo, one last detail. Who was your counterpart in Britain? Who was the mastermind behind the assassin exchange? Nothing you say now can make matters any worse, or you just tell us. Enough. I've already told you that I can't say. Even so, as things stand, you may very well never set foot in your homeland again. What are you waiting for? Can't we go get this over with now? It's finished, all of it. I'm finished. Then, in the name of Her Majesty, he is the Queen, I know pronounce the findings of his court. This man before us admit to the willful murder of Tobias Gregson. Shishiro Chigugu it is the opinion of his court that you should be found. And may I remind all those present of the strict confidently demanded by this closed court. Mann, oh Mann, oh Mann. Dementsprechend, was für ein Fall, muss man sagen. Dementsprechend, moments ago, Mr. Chigoku signed a written confession admitting to the murder of Inspector Gregson and the subsequent conveyance of the body. In short, the defendant's innocence has therefore been established beyond doubt. Ja, zumindest ist er derlei Art quasi unschuldig, muss man sagen, dass er den nicht umgebracht hat. Oh, wonderful. Well done, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, thank you. Is something wrong? I'm just a little troubled by his silence. The true identity of the Reaper of the Bailey and his extraordinary assassin exchange, we do remain the dark about this mysterious, however. Insofar as the indictment brought against the defendant in this trial, we have reached a conclusion. I have every intention of pursuing both mysterious as a prosecutor As you wish, now for the formal educations. I hurriedly declare the defendant Barak von Sinks. Wieso war das eigentlich schon wieder klar, dass der the prosecution calls for education to be deferred. Console. The accused's innocence has been fully established at all, and therefore it would be wrong to deliver a verdict at this time. That is the prosecution's unwavering position. But Judge Chiku has already confused it. Nevertheless, Barak von Six has committed crimes for which they must be punished. Well, it would appear you have information that the court needs to hear. Prosecutor Sogi, certainly, the murder of Inspector Gregson was actually carried out by Seishiro Chigoku, but it's clearly from the witness testimony that he was coerced into complying with the plot, into this sick marvelous assassin exchange. That may be true, but so what I want to know is who coerced Chigoku, who was pulling the strings. The victim went to France having been ordered on a mission for the Reaper only to be murdered. In other words, the mastermind behind the assassin exchange is someone in a position to give such an order. As we already established, the Reaper himself. Well, certainly that would appear to follow. The prosecution hurriedly formally accused the man in the dock, Barak von Six, of being the Reaper of the Bailey, and furthermore, I am going to prove his guilt beyond all reasonable doubt. What? Wollen Sie das eigentlich jetzt schon wieder so schnell her? Wird das dann aus einem anderen Gerichtssaal geholt? Order. The Reaper of the Bailey is a long-standing mystery console. Are you suggesting you have some new information with which to build a case? Scotland Yard has already investigated Lord von Six very thoroughly in that regard, and they have found no evidence whatsoever to substantiate the claim that he is the Reaper. Perhaps, but circumstances have no changed. What do you mean? It's already been established that the insane exchange was not intended the Chigoku by the Reaper himself, which means we now have a new line of questioning by which to identify definitely the man's identify. That is the prosecution's intentions here. I must say I'm surprised by quite how tenaciously you appear to want to besmear my name. You are guilty of an unforgivable crime, not von Six, and I will bring you to justice for whatever it takes. That explains Kasuma's silence before. He'll stop at nothing to finish what Lot von 6 unwittingly started 10 years ago. Very well, Vice list is extremely irregular. I will on the Hussein grant the prosecution was a petition for witness testimony. The defendant will disclose that any and all involvement has had with the Reaper and the assassination exchange. Aber muss aber jetzt schon wirklich beachtliche Gründe geben, muss ich mal fairerweise sagen. Weil mir leuchtet es jetzt nicht ganz ein, wer dann der Reaper und sein Anhang hier quasi sein soll. Dementsprechend ist das so nennenswerterweise die Frage, muss ich gestehen. Dass ich das jetzt nennenswerterweise nicht so wirklich weiß, muss ich sagen. Dementsprechend, yay, wird sich das auf jeden Fall noch herausstellen. A Harry be declared suspect to be in session or for a supplementary hearing. Wenigstens müssen wir keine communication accusation machen. Pray turn a blind eye to the discourtesy as I verify that this while in unrelenting accusation that hasn't surrounded the contents of my Hello Red colleague Cloud von 6. I first had to suffer the pseudonym of the Reaper 10 years ago now, and ever since that time I've intruded the right of implied guilt that's gone with it. So I welcome to the chance to testify now and cross those allegations once and for all. Good. Then let justice decide, Lord von 6. The prosecution seeks to begin build its case by calling the accused to the stand as the primary witness, in order that make answer the accusations brought by the prosecution as that he is the Reaper of the Bailey. And what says the defense? Putting the defendant in witness and stand be extremely dangerous. Dementsprechend soll das denn eigentlich schon wieder alles, ey? Das ist und bleibt halt mal wieder so eine Sache, ne? And Kazuma-sama is so emotional the moment he's not thinking locally. You are right that he's not himself. But I knew it would be like this. I can here today determined to face him throughout whatever may arise. Mein, oh man. As a lawyer and his friend. Then that's what we must do. Naja, nicht das erste Mal. Very well, defendant, you will take the witness stand and give formal testimony on his subject of your involvement with the Reaper and his assassin exchange. As you wish, my lord. Mann, oh Mann, oh Mann, oh Mann. Wie ich spinne. The Reaper and the assassin exchange. I've never taken the life of another, nor have I instructed another to kill. I've been investigating the truth behind the Reaper for years, and I was aware of Gregson's involvement. That's the reason why I went to Fresno Street that day, and how I came to discover the body. The point is no common thread that exists between myself, Gregson, and Dr. Wilson. Clearly, therefore, there's no reason to suspect my being behind the assassin exchange. Dementsprechend, yay. So you deny all accusation by the prosecution. Booth said you are the Reaper of the Daily and that mastermind the assassin exchange. In knowledge that the public is the belief me to the Reaper. However, that Serie, which I alone am in a position for Serie. Naturally, the prosecution believes the testimony just given by the accused to be untrue. Naruhodo. Yes. Let me ask you, why are you here? What really brings you to this courtroom? A desire to uncover the truth. Even if the truth proves your client to be guilty. From all my experience is in this courtroom, I've come to realize something. The truth can be hidden. Sooner or later it will come out. Oh boy. So that's always my intention, to work with my client in pursuit of the truth. I want you to remember what you just said. Dilatory counsel for the defense proceed to cross-examine the witness. Ah, yes, my lord. I know exactly what you're thinking, Kazuma. I know you're just waiting to point it out. The contradiction you're convinced lies somewhere within this man's testimony. Dementsprechend gehen wir hier jetzt wohl direkt wieder in eine Falle rein, oder wie soll ich das Ganze hier jetzt verstehen? Sagen wir das mal so, wie es ist. Dementsprechend, yay. So you are not what the general public refer to as the infamous Reaper of the Bailey. Exactly. Don't imagine for a moment that the court will be satisfied with a one-word answer on this. I realize that if you're intending to comment on every sentence, this could take a while, Kazuma. Didn't you find it disturbing thought that one by one defendants would be acquired after your unsuccessful prosecution were killed. Let me answer the question by pointing another. If one by one defendants would be acquitted after your successful defense were killed, you will vote you find that disturbing. I couldn't possibly say how that would make me feel with a one word answer like that. Exactly. Well said, told me, but even though I'm not the reader, that doesn't mean I ignored all the hearsay. Oh boy. Oh boy, das kann ja noch fairerweise heiter, das muss man sagen. Denn es geht Schlag auf Schlag weiter. You say for years, how long exactly? Since the very first time the Reaper's influence was felt in this courtroom 10 years ago now, and your investigations led you somehow to Inspector Gregson, you're saying. I didn't want to believe it. He was personal acquaintance. He worked on X cases together in the past. A friend even. It felt like betrayal, but I demanded permission to search his office to the yard without his knowledge. Which is when you found the secret notebook. It is when I first learned of the locations he'd noted only as crows and the appointed at 5 p.m. on the 30th ones. Thought I didn't notice the significance of cross details at the time. Oh boy. So nowhere at the noob of the matter. As it turns out, the significance for me personally was very unfortunate. Oh boy. But why did you go to set specific locations? I thought that it was the Reaper's headquarters, that by turning up there at 5 o'clock I would catch. However, I was involved red-handed, and sadly all that was awaiting me. The inspector's corpse. Yes, even though it wasn't designed for you, and you walked straight into the trap set by Shikoku. Exactly. Shikoku had intended to implicate Hookbone, but unhappily for me arrived at the sense first. A ridiculously careless blunder. Move it on to just throwing insults around. I see Sen Kazuma. Think what you will, it doesn't change the truth. The point is no common thread existed between myself, Craigs, and Wilson. Keinen. Jetzt muss ich mal fairerweise nachschauen, muss ich sagen. The autopsy report from examination of Inspector Corrections body, according to the coroner Dr. Gory, a code estimation of the time. Muss ich mal fairerweise mal was überlegen, muss man sagen. Also also zumindest muss ja ein Autopsie-Report ja geben, muss ich fairerweise sagen, der quasi einen Zusammenhang gibt. The report from the autopsy of the Professor signified by Dr. Wilson by Clint's autopsy. Moment. Sagen wir es mal so, wie es ist. What is this? An autopsy report? Ja, mein lieber Strong hat das ist ein Autopsiebericht von dem Beklagten, sein Bruder, muss man sagen. Aber was alles darüber herauszufinden gibt und was wir sonst noch herausfinden werden, dies und vieles mehr finden wir am nächsten Part heraus. Vielen Dank fürs Einschalten und macht's bis dahin gut und auf Wiedersehen.